Peace and welcome to all of my beautiful crown heads. We were having some technical difficulties earlier with the audio. I hope it doesn't glitch again, but I apologize. Today, we have a special guest that's joining us tonight by the name of Chantelle Simone. We're going to be discussing why most women are single, you know, and the number one reason is because a lot of women don't listen to what men want. And so we have Chantelle joining us tonight, and she's going to be
Hi,
discussing
everyone.
that matter with us. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, hi guys, I'm Chantelle. I have my YouTube platform where I encourage women, Black women, to lean into their feminine energy and become the best version of themselves so they can attract a man at the best version of himself. So I use my dating experiences and how dating advice that we got in the past from older women may have limited us and caused majority of us to remain single when we desire a man.
Okay, and that's what you mainly talk about on your channel?
Pardon me, I missed that.
On your channel, that's what you mainly talk about?
Yes, that's what I mainly talk about, encouraging Black women to become the best version of themselves.
Okay, great. So, and part of us doing that, ladies, is for us to actually take heed to what men are actually desiring. And a lot of us don't. It's very much so coming from a very selfish, self-centered place. Like I said in previous videos, I don't know if you touch on this on your platform, Chantelle, but women, we have a whole bunch of standards when it comes to what we want from men, and we want them to meet X, Y, and Z. But then when it comes to what men want, it's like, oh, you just take me as I am, and you just supposed to love me regardless. And it's somehow this bad thing when men come through and they actually voice what they would like from women.
And
you see that a lot.
Yeah, I see that a lot. And it comes back to us thinking that we're the prize when we enter a relationship. And I did I did touch on that on a video where if you enter a relationship thinking you're the prize, then you automatically think that the person that you're with is beneath you. So entering thinking that I am the one that you have to work hard for to keep takes the energy from you, takes the responsibility from you. So you have no interest in trying to show appreciation to this man or reciprocating because you're thinking I'm the prize. He's going to have to work hard for me.
Right. And I see that a lot as well. And I've also touched on that on my platform too. It's a lot of women, not all of us ladies, please, not all of us, but it's a lot of us out here who do listen to these femininity coaches or whatever, and they are teaching us that we are the one and only prize in our relationship. And that's not actual fact. And I really feel like that contributes to our relationships being lopsided. And it contributes to men feeling like, they are being used, because that's essentially what's happening in a lot of these level up relationships. They're teaching women to essentially be gold diggers, be users, find somebody that's going to take care of you, and you don't rather have to really offer anything much in return but your femininity, but your beauty, when it requires a lot more than that.
They don't go deeper into what your role is in a relationship.
Yes.
And what do men want from you. They tend to treat men as like he's just a wallet, he's the nice Instagram picture post, vacation post, but what do men desire? And when I started asking that question, I posted a video about how to love a Black man, and I got so much clap back from Black women.
Of course.
So much. Pick me is like, favorite thing to call me. So then when I noticed like, why are Black women so hurt about me wanting to learn how to love Black men, I realized it's something more than just, oh, these Black men don't protect us. It has to be something deeper than that.
Right. And you know what? I get that a lot too, Chantelle. A lot of women call me a pick me. They call me the caper. You know what I mean? And I get a lot of backlash from that, when in all actuality, I feel like women like you and me, are the farthest from a pick me. Like, we're just trying to, balance and level out the conversation
Mm-hmm.
to where it's not just this sense of entitlement that a lot of women have, you know, and when it comes to our relationships. And I feel like a lot of women are single, like you said, which you are the one that actually came up with this topic of discussion. A lot of women are actually single because they're not caring about what men want, and most importantly, they're not effing listening to what men want. You know what I mean?
First of all, we're not even asking, because we're not asking the question, what do men want? As I said, when we were younger, you know, men were told, buy her flowers, open the car door, like treat her nice, do this. But what were women told? Just be there. Like we weren't told anything what men want. And then unfortunately, because of so many of us did not see a father figure in the household, we don't know how to respect men. We don't know how to treat a man, how to cater to a man. But someone like me and you now putting out information like this that will help them in their relationship, they turn around and tell us that we're bashing them, we're pick me, we're desperate.
Yes. Hold on. Thank you so much, Black Intro TV, for your donation. He says y'all are doing the Lord's work. Salute. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for always showing love. Anybody else that gave a donation? Thank you. And if I don't happen to keep up, moderators, please say thank you for me, because you guys do not have to give us money. But I see we do have 275 of us in the building so far. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into this topic of discussion, because it does need to be touched on and addressed. Like Chantelle said, you know, women, we're not even asking, ladies, we're not even effing asking, baby, what do you want? You know, or in the process of dating men, we're not asking men what do they desire from us, what do they look for in a woman, what do they need from their women. It's all about, well, I need a man to have X, Y, and Z. You have to have this amount of money. You have to drive this kind of car. You have to look this particular way. You have to be this height, you know, this complexion. We have a whole list. But like you said, Chantelle, we're not even caring to ask the men, what do you want from me? And in the email that you sent me, and this is where it's going to get a little bit touchy, you talked about, you know, we're not even, you know, how can I say this nicely? We're not even catering our look to what men want. You know, we have to understand that if we want a man to make this amount of money, be this height, have this kind of muscle, drive this kind of car, you know, what about what you bring to the table, sis, outside of just degrees? And I know you touched on that before we went live. Outside of just your degrees, how do you look, sis? You know, and that gets touchy when it comes to women. But when it comes to men, that's on our list. That's on our standards list. He has to be this height. He has to be chocolate. He has to be light skinned. He has to be muscular, you know, all of this. But when it comes to what the men want, and when men start addressing these things, well, I need my woman to be slender, or I need my woman to be fit, or I need my woman to be submissive. Whoa, you getting ready to, you know, start a fight.
Body shaming. They're like, oh, you need to look me as I am. Oh God. I mean, it's just sad. It is so sad, because we're at the point where nobody can call out a Black woman on anything without her saying, oh, you know, you're shaming me, or you're disrespecting, you're bashing me. And so for the whole fitness thing, shout out to Bobby. I was on a live with Bobby, and I like it got brought up, you know, men are expected to be able to provide, to make a decent earning where he can provide for his woman. A woman, all the man is asking for is for a fit woman, but it takes a lot more energy and a lot more effort to make 100,000 a year than it takes for a woman to lose 100 pounds. I'm a personal trainer by day and fitness nutrition specialist. It's not as hard to lose weight, Black women. The media, society want you to think that it's very difficult. It's not. And if a man, all he's asking for you to do is to be fit and to cooperate with him, while you're asking him to go out and make sure he can put a roof over your head and provide and Make sure you're not hungry. All he's asking for you to is to spend like an hour in the gym and just watch what you eat. Like, we really need to start talking about this, because that's a touchy subject that we don't talk about in the Black community. And men are like, how you carry yourself, your physical feature tells a man that, like, what you care about. Like, if he says, I like a woman petite, I mean, and it's not necessarily, everybody doesn't have to be a size 0.
Right.
But let's be real. Men like what they like.
Right.
Right.
And that,
start talking about that.
Yes, and I love that you touched on that, because that is a little bit of a double standard when it comes to men's preferences as far as the physical, when it comes to men voicing what they prefer, what men like as far as how their women should look, then it's like, oh, well, you're body shaming. But women, a lot of us are the biggest body shamers there are. Like, we talk about men's penis size. They can't help that. Chantelle, you talked about how we can go to the gym. We can help how big we are, but we can't help how big his penis is. You know what I mean? We talk about his height. That's body shaming. We talk about a man being too black. That's a form of body shaming. His hair's too nappy. That's, what I'm saying. That all of that goes, and we do that all the time. We do the colorism thing, ladies, and then when men do that to us, we complain. We do the featureism, shaming, and then when men do that to us, we complain. It's a big double standard when it comes to women, and we want men to listen to what we want and what we desire. But when it comes to the reverse, like I said in the beginning, you're just supposed to accept me for who I am, take me for who I am, and if you can't, then something is wrong with you. And and I loved how you touched on the fact that, hey, we have control over our fitness, we have control over our health, we have control over a lot of things when it comes to that. But that is the thing that gets the most pushback, the absolute most pushback.
And it's so sad to see, because it's something that benefits you too on an individual level. Your health, like, it benefits you too. So why not just listen to these men when they say, hey, I prefer you? And as I said, not everybody likes a size 0, but we all want a healthy weight. We all want, partner is at a healthy weight. So it's just something like that, something so small that we can change with just an hour a day. But we refuse to listen.
Right. And you mentioned that you are a personal trainer.
I am, yeah.
That's dope. My husband is a personal trainer.
Yeah, I know that.
So where are you from? Where are you from? I love your accent.
Originally, I'm from Jamaica, but I moved to Florida when I was 15, and then I relocated to Dallas last year.
Okay, that's dope. And so, like you said, like we really do need to take our health into account, because like you said, that's not only something that maybe a man would prefer for you to be in shape and be healthy and be fit, but that's actually benefiting you in the long run. You're adding years to your life, and like you said, I feel like that is a reflection upon how you do feel about yourself. If you're walking around a particular way, that speaks volumes about your self-esteem, your mindset, what's going on in your life. A lot of us are dealing with depression and things like that. So I'm not negating that fact or acting like that's not a problem, but we do need to tackle that, and stop pushing it under the rug and acting like, no, it's nothing wrong with me. You just need to accept me. No, if you're dealing with any kind of weight issues, health issues, you need to go internal and do that internal work and dig deeper and understand and get to the root causes as to why, you carry yourself in that way. Why do you indulge? Why do you overindulge in eating or in, just unhealthy type of activities? You have to really dig deep and see what's going on with that. But let me get through these super chats real quick, Queen. Thank you, Kansu. Appreciate Queens coming together. Much respect. Thank you. Oh, I do hear some little click clacking again. That's what we was dealing with earlier. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse. But thank you so much. 435 of us. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. And thank you. Who is that? I can't pull you up, but thank you, Thunder Scorpion, for becoming a channel member. I appreciate that. But continue, Queen. We're learning so much.
Yes. The weight is one thing, but also we touched on the degree thing earlier. Men tell us time and time again that they're not really, the degree is not something you can attract them with. The degree is not something they want. But so many times Black women will say, oh, well, only strong men, strong men like my degree, strong men like that I'm independent. But a masculine energy man feels loved when he feels needed. So as Black women, our favorite thing to say is that we don't need a man for anything. Walking around with that mindset that you have your degree, you have your own, kind of make the man feel as though you don't need him, right? Because that's what you're saying. So that's why you're repelling these masculine men from you. And then when you're attracting the beta male that you don't want, you don't desire, then you walk around saying all men are like that, when you realize that you are the one who are in control with what you attract.
Absolutely. Thank you, Wes. Love seeing Black people get together and drop gems. Keep it going. The Noir Link podcast. Thank you so
I was
much.
on that podcast today. Hey, Wes.
Okay, dope. Hold on, I saw another one. Thank you. Who is this? Is it Shaw? He said Chantelle turned into a fax machine with that quote. Not all men want a size 0, but all men do want a woman with a healthy weight. BMI matters. Yes, absolutely. 457. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, and that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Us just really understanding one another and seeing, what we can do to improve. You know, as far, like you said, the same things that women look for in men that attract, us to them, it's not the same. So you're walking around thinking that your degree is sexy. That's not the same thing. That's not what's going to reel a man in and say, oh, that's sexy, you got all these degrees. No. Especially because, like you said, it contributes to the notion of you feeling like that you are independent, you don't need him, like that. Those kind of things speak to the fact that, hey, I'm independent, I can do it by myself, I don't need a man, on some kind of subconscious level. I'm not saying just because you have a degree that's what's going on, but that could contribute to how a man may feel.
And as someone said in one of my comments in one of my videos, no man gets hard by your degree.
Oh,
right? And it's because school and get your education and all that, and then we're out here now in the dating world, realizing that what we were told for so many years is not what men want. And the reason being is because so many of us were raised by, as a woman, we're raised by single mothers, we're raised by women, and getting relationship advice from women with no dad in the household. We were on the wrong path for so long. And if you are on the wrong path, but you're not getting your desires, wouldn't you stop and think and change direction? You would think. But the clapback I've been getting from so many women who desire the kind of men that I'm telling them how to attract, but calling me all kind of names and pick me, it's mind blowing. So like, there must be something more than you just not wanting to listen.
right. So what are some of the things that you think women don't listen to men about?
Well, definitely the degree thing. I think that's the biggest thing, because we take pride in being so educated. Then of course the weight thing. I think the lack of respect that not all Black women, but majority of Black women have for Black men in this in the culture, in the westernized culture, with the lack of respect. They don't take a step back to even listen to what these men want, or listen to their perspective or to their point of view. But it's just like, as we said earlier, it's the whole notion of, oh, take me as I am. But if you respected someone, because for example, if you were at work, right, and then you put your best foot forward when you're working for your white boss, when you're dealing with the white man, you put your best foot forward. And if he asks for something, you do it. You don't. They're not as combative. And I'm not trying not to throw shade, or I'm not saying like all Black women are like this, or I'm not blaming
Shade was strong.
I'm not blaming Black women, but from high school, when we had to when we had to apply for college, we put our best foot forward. When we went on to those interviews, we put our best foot forward. But when it comes to dating and attracting a black man, we're like, oh, he can take me how I am. The man, the same man that you want to provide, the same man that you want to be the father, the head of your household, you're like, oh, he can take me as I am.
Big
So
bars.
that definitely come from a lack of respect. There's nothing else that can explain that. But black women do not respect black men in the westernized world.
You damn right, Chantelle. And you hit it dead on the money. Like you said, we change for everybody else, but for our own. We make adjustments for everybody else, but for our own. It's always, well, because when it comes to like swirling, oh, I hear that click clacking, girl. Let me see if I remove you, would it make it different? When it comes to like swirling and interracial dating and things like that, and what these men want, it's all about, well, you're gonna have to lose the weight, sweetie, and you're gonna have to be submissive, and you're gonna have to be feminine, and you're gonna have to be nurturing in order to get these men. Okay, but then when it comes to obtaining our own men, right, the black man, y'all know I'm real big on black love, black unity. I don't agree with us bashing and attacking one another. I'm not a fan of us making it seem like all black men are just broke dusties. No, I'm married to a brilliant, beautiful black man. So no, and the men that are around me, beautiful black men, all I reflect is beautiful black men because I'm a beautiful black woman. So I don't understand how, when it comes to everybody else and what they want, what they desire, what they require, we have no problem with making those adjustments. But when it comes to our own men, black women, you know, it's like F what the black man wants. He needs to do this and he needs to do that, while these other groups of men, they don't do anything much better, but yet we're making all of these adjustments for them.
They get so rewarded for bare minimum. Other race of men and a black man can be doing the same exact thing, and a black woman will hype them up so much. And it's not all, but it seems like a lot of these swirlers, women, think that they accomplished something major by dealing with a non-black man. And I mean, for me personally, there's nothing like a black man. I mean, I will never imagine, not in this lifetime, dating anything other than a black man. A lot of their excuses is, well, you know, black men don't provide. We didn't have a black figure in the household, a black man figure in the household. But it's like beating the drum of what you didn't have. What are you going to do on an individual level to have better? You know, I know you are all in the law of attraction. I am too. You know, you attract who and what you are. So if you're constantly dealing with men who, you know, ain't shit, then you got to do some inner work. You got to do some daddy issue healing. But you know, I mean, as I said, I'm not purposely trying to throw shade. All right. So if some shade being thrown, it's not intentional. All right. All right. But no, I mean, I have daddy issues too, and I talk about it on my channel, because a lot of times black women will come on and say, oh, I sound like I am pro black men. So they automatically assume that I have this loving relationship with my father, and I don't. But I'm not going to have my kid go through what I went through. I'm not going to hate my husband because my dad didn't come through for me. And that's why a lot of black women are putting their father issues on so many of these black men out here, where it's just so sad. And as I said, if anybody called them out, if a black man called them out on it, it's bashing. If a black woman called them out on it, it's a pick me. And don't even mention, if a non-black person called them out on it, it's not their place. So nobody can call them out on it. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm sorry. But it's a serious conversation that we need to have.
Yes. I mean, the heaviness of those bars that were just dropped, you know. And it's actual fact. That is what's happening. You know, it's a lot of women out there, you know, And I'm going to remove you because I feel thank you again. But it's a lot of women out there that do, you know, they walk around like, and then we're specifically talking about Black women. Let's be real, ladies. And I know y'all don't like me, but it is what it is. Let's be real, Black ladies, Black queens, women. A lot of us, we are the ones that give our men and men in general the most pushback. And like the queen said, you know, when anybody calls us out on it, it's like, well, you don't know what you're talking about, or it's not your place, or you don't understand. And it's just all of this deflecting instead of us just taking the accountability. And I love that the Queen Chantelle is basically saying, like, look, I have my own I have my own issues that I'm working through, and I'm overcoming that. I'm not going to allow that to make me be a male basher. I'm not gonna allow that to make me be a victim. I'm actually gonna use that to do better so that I can set a better example for my children. Thank you, Louis V, for your donation. While I like big girls, it may be a product of the women around me. As I get older, I appreciate a fit frame, even skinny in some cases. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And you touched on accountability, and Black women, like, to take accountability. Oh my gosh, like, because we were raised to program to think, it's kind of like a habit. You say out of habit that, oh, these niggas ain't shit. Like, these, where it's like we were programmed to put the blame on men. And one, because we were raised by so many Black women, single Black women, you know, we see our mom's pain and hurt, that it's out of habit. Like, we're programmed to just write off these men and put the blame on men. And I have been guilty. I'm not ashamed to share my story, because if any of my exes was to see this now, they would have been like, who the hell is this? Because I was not always like this. To take accountability, I used to blame all my exes for my past, my failed relationship. It's always somebody else's fault, until I started binge watching contents like yours. And every Black woman, like, to me I thought it was just common knowledge that everybody has a desire to learn how to love, but apparently it's not. And that's just sad. And I'm at the point where I can't even blame Black men for dating out, because you shouldn't have to settle. Just like how they tell us females, don't settle for less. You guys shouldn't have to settle too. And if a Black woman don't want to love you how you desire to be loved, then find somebody who will.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you just dropping all kind of gems and bars tonight. I said we have 589 of us. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You guys, I don't know what's going on with my computer tonight, but when I have us on at the same time, I'm getting a little crunch, little noise. So don't be alarmed if you see me take her off and then I just put her on, because we're having a little bit of feedback issue. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, these things need to absolutely be discussed. And I was telling the Queen Chantelle earlier, like, I don't mind being the one to be attacked right now. I don't mind being the one that is the most hated right now, because I understand that in the future, these women will come back and they will understand, you know, we were speaking actual fact. You know, we were coming from a place of accountability, which will essentially make us be better within our relationships. But as long as we're going to deflect, as long as we're going to always turn the issue around and make it about everybody else besides ourselves, we're never going to get ahead. We're never going to be able to truly build. And, you know, Chantelle sent me in the email, she was talking about like how men are expected to do so much, right? But, you know, when it comes to what men expect from us in order to get those things, it's so much attack, it's so much deflection, it's so much take me as I am. And like I said, these conversations need to be had. And I think it's beautiful that we have queens like Chantelle on here speaking about these kind of things. You know what I mean? Not afraid. You know, it's not a lot of women out there, especially Black women. Okay. It's not a lot of Black women out here that are actually trying to make things better, that are actually trying to bridge the gaps and make us come together and take responsibility for our own actions and stop deflecting. Because as long as we do that, we can never truly grow like we need to. So I really do appreciate you, Chantelle.
Thank you. And you're absolutely right. It's more than just it's more than just as I always say, um it's interpersonal relationships are extremely important. And as a Black woman, especially educated Black women, we act as though we don't need a man. But it's more than just putting on a white dress and walking down the aisle and living with somebody. You know, it goes deeper into your emergency contact, the person who will give authority to pull the plug. And we take it lightly. We think we don't need a man for anything until we get to a stage in our life where we need somebody next to us in illness, or in a frigging pandemic, but a lot of Black women give just so much pushback. It's unbelievable. I made a comment on somebody's video and I was like, too many Black women are dying alone, because we know the stats. Not a lot of us get married in our lifetime, so we're dying alone. And ridiculous. She was like, oh well, have you ever heard of a nursing home? As in to deflect, to stay. So that's the kind of, and I look on and I was like, damn, Black men, these are what you have to deal with, like, something like that. And I always share my personal stories. My mom died last year, and she died alone. Thank you. She I mean, my dad was around, but he wasn't around like that, So I looked on her life. She was never married. She didn't have that person that she could lean on. And it's like so many Black women are following in this path where you don't even have somebody that you can add as an emergency contact. That's supposed to be your spouse. That's supposed to be. So it's more than just if you don't need a man for anything. You need to learn how to love these Black men so we don't end up alone in these trying times.
Now, what do you say to the women that's like, why are y'all caping for these niggas? Why y'all caping for these Black men? They can't do anything. They can't do anything for us. They aren't trying to do anything for us. They're interracially dating. They're going after the white women, the Hispanic women. Why are we the ones that have to keep with them?
So I strongly believe in the law of attraction. I strongly believe in manifesting. And if you look at something, how you perceive it, that's what your reality is going to be. There's a quote by James Allen that he said, your outer world is just your looking glass. So if you look around and you see Black men who are not providing, who are not protecting, who, not stepping up, it has everything to do with your inner thought. It's not my job to change somebody. It's my job to stay change. And I'm not trying to wake up anybody. I'm just trying to stay awake. I share the information what I have. If you want to take it, you don't take it. But I'm, especially in this YouTube world, I don't go back and forth with anybody. It's on you. If you want to take the information, you don't take it. If you want to think that no good Black men are around and all Black men are like this, you leave the rest good ones for us. So do you?
Yeah, and I don't understand that either. It's always because to me, Chantelle, what it does is it kind of shuts out all the Black men that are for us. I feel like you said, the law of attraction, what you focus on grows, it expands, and it becomes your reality. And so if we're out here talking about these Black men, they don't care about us, why should we care about what they want or what they need? Why should we ask them about what they want, they need? They're not providing for us. They're not protecting us. They're not even marrying us or with us or dating us. All they're doing is pumping us with babies and dumping us off to be by ourselves. Well, that does not reflect all Black men. That reflects the Black men that you involve yourself with. And like I said, I see nothing but beautiful, brilliant, ambitious, go-getting types of provider, protector, leader, nurturing, teaching Black men out here. And to me, it's too many of us out here doing the very thing that we complain about a handful of Black men doing to us. As far as them, boxing us all in and overgeneralizing and telling, and telling us that we're all ghetto, we're not submissive, we're dusty, we're gold diggers, we're a bunch of hoes and bitches and single mothers. Like we do the exact same thing that we complain about as far as, we not wanting Black men to do to us. We'll be the first ones to say, well, I'm not like that. Not all Black women are like that. But that's what you guys are doing to Black men by saying, well, why are we with them? We need to just abandon them and move forward. It's so many beautiful Black men out here that you just shat on in the process of you trying to prop yourself up and make yourself feel better, essentially, about attracting the wrong people and choosing the wrong people to be with. Because ultimately, it's who you choose that is the reflection upon you.
And what a lot of people fail to realize, you attract these people to your life. So I always say, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Do you have to become more feminine to attract a masculine man, or are you going to meet a masculine man and then you become more feminine? One, you're never going to attract something that you are not. And then once you do attract it, what are you going to do with it if you don't practice how to be feminine, how to love a man? So a lot of times they're walking around saying, oh, well, I can't submit to a man until I meet a masculine man to submit to. Then you'll never meet a masculine man.
True indeed. Thank you, Solomon, for your donation. And thank you to Renzo. She just knocked the ball. It's crackling. I'm going to remove you. It says she just knocked the ball out of the park. Us men have been tired of seeing women die alone, yet are tired of them stabbing us in the backs. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Did I see anybody else? Thank you, Wendell. Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know if I can. It says the only thing real Black men want the most is femininity and cooperation. And that's what the Queen just touched on, and I love that she said that. Here it is. I love that she said that, you can't wait. You can't wait until you meet what you want to change. The Queen talked about the law of attraction. Still crackling. Sorry, Queen. She talked about the law of attraction. And a lot of the law of attraction touches on the fact that you need to actually operate and maneuver as if you already have it, right? So you don't act like, oh, I'm single and I'm an independent woman that don't need no man, and then feel like you're going to attract a provider, masculine type of energy toward you. You have to actually operate as if I already have a provider, masculine, leader, teacher, nurturing type of man. So you have to already be what you want. So, and they actually say don't use the term want, because that puts it in your subconscious mind that you don't have it. So what you desire. So essentially, ladies, what you need to do is always be in your feminine, always be cooperative, always maneuver as if you are the woman that respects men. Always act as if, you are the submissive type of woman. That way you can attract that very thing to you, because, your subconscious or the universe doesn't know fact from fiction. So if you operate as if you are already this person, it's going to reflect to you in your universe. It's going to reflect to you in your daily, everyday life. So what's happening is, a lot of us are walking around like, I'm independent, I'm not submissive, I do it by myself, I'm strong, I'm educated, I don't need nobody. And what that is doing is attracting more people to us, more situations towards us that reflect that back to us. That's what's happening, So for example, if you want to be a millionaire, how the law of attraction works is you have to actually get up, think, breathe, act, move, feel as if you already have all the money that you want. You don't walk around like, I'm broke. I can't wait till I'm a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire so bad, but I got all of these bills. No, you're going to, the universe will send back to you that very thing that reflects you're broke. As a matter of fact, your bills are overdue. But, you got to change your mentality, change your energy, change your feelings, your thoughts, and maneuver as if I already have it. But a lot of women want to wait until they get a man and to be a woman. No, you be a woman regardless. That way, all the men around you will see that, hey, that's a feminine woman. That's a cooperative woman. That's a fit woman. That's a woman that feels and thinks highly of herself. That's a woman that respects men. I'm attracted to her. Let me go after her. But that's not happening. What's happening is they see that you aren't respectful. They see that you aren't submissive. You like, I ain't being submissive to a nigga until he my man. Well, you'll never get the man to be submissive to. I digress.
And that's the good thing, because then it also goes back, why would he want you? If he is such a great man that's going to provide and step up to the plate, offer security, but you're walking around in your masculine energy with your independence, I don't need a man for anything, why would he choose you then? You have to put yourself in a position to get chosen. And I think that's the disconnect with a lot of women. We have our guards up. We say, I only submit to a man who will prove to me he's submissive. I even had this one young lady said, I posted something to praise Black men. It was International Men Day. So I was like, Black men, you're appreciated, you're loved, just putting some positive vibration out. And she was like, you need to stop praising these Black men. I was like, why? She said that she only praises her man after a year of in a relationship that he proved to her that he's worthy of her praise. And it was like, a year? Imagine being in a relationship a year and this young lady has not praised you in a year. Fellas, if you're in a relationship with a woman who has not praised you in the dating stage, she has not shown appreciation in the dating stage. If she has not shown appreciation for the first date, you need to drop her. She is not for you.
Wow. Hold that thought, because I want to come back to that. Thank you, Lord Commander, for your donation. Keep a clean house. If I knock on your door and you have me waiting outside until you clean up, I will be gone by the time you open the door. Yeah, you gotta, just keep stuff in order. Who gave this generous donation? Thank you so much, Julius. He said, Tanika, you are one of the few or maybe few Black women that tell the truth. There are not many Black women like you, Danica. Black women listen to Danica. She's giving you knowledge. I have nothing but respect and love for you. Thank you so much, Julius, for your generous donation. I appreciate it. I saw we had 670 of us in the building. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe, you guys. I definitely want to come back to what the Queen said. And again, you guys, we're having a little bit of audio difficulty, so I may have to switch us on and off. I'm going to bring her back on the screen shortly, though. But a lot of us women operate from like this. And I know Black ladies, Black women, Black queens, y'all know I love us. I am you. So we're not trying to attack you. Like the Queen kept saying, it's no shade. It's just the truth. And a lot of us, we are single because we don't like the truth. We don't want to hear the truth. And most importantly, we don't want to hear the truth coming from our men. And another reason why a lot of us are single is the fact that, like she said, we want to wait. Like, why would you wait a year to show the man that you are involved with that you appreciate him? That is the dumbest ass I have ever heard. And and it goes back into this whole sentiment of don't be a wife to a boyfriend. Well, if you're not presenting him with wifely type of characteristics, if you're not behaving and showcasing that you are wife material, how will he ever make you become a wife? I don't understand that. It's like a lot of us have this double standard to where we want our men, our boyfriends to behave like husbands. We want our boyfriends to behave like husbands, but then we don't want to operate and maneuver like wives as girlfriends. How would that man essentially know that, hey, this is wifey material? This is somebody I can actually see myself building with, if you're not displaying those characteristics. And what happens is After a while, it's like, I don't know what I'm getting out of this. She's not submissive. She's not cooperative. She doesn't listen to me. She doesn't respect me. She feels like she's the one and only prize. I'm not wifing her. I'm not marrying you. Why? You don't cook. You don't clean. You don't listen. You know, all you do is want. But then you don't want to listen to what I want, what I desire, what I need. Why would I invest in you? A lot of us are bills. We're liabilities. We're not assets. And we don't want to show that we're assets until somebody puts a ring on it. That's backwards. It's like going on a job interview. And you're like, I'm not going to do the job until I get the job. What the hell? And then in the case that Chantelle is speaking on, a lot of y'all have the job and y'all still like, well, I didn't get a promotion, so I'm not going to really do the job. You won't get promoted unless you show and prove that you know the job well and you know how to execute on the duties. You know what I mean? Come on now, Chantelle.
You hit the nail on the head. And the thing is, going back to us thinking that we were the prize for so long, we were programmed to say, a man is supposed to chase you, never love a man more than he loves you, all those things, thinking that we are the prize. And those are relationship advice I got when I was younger too. Never love a man more than he loves you. So I enter my relationships thinking I'm the prize. I don't need to. The last guy I dated didn't even know my last name. It was that bad. Like, I had that mindset where it's like, okay, he's proven himself to me. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to show him that I'm worthy of his last name. And it's just unfair, and that's a common thing in our culture.
Absolutely. Thank you, Damari, for your donation. He says, could you go into what a submissive woman is? A lot of women think that submissive is bowing down, and it's not. Could you explain it from a woman's perspective? Chantelle, I'm going to have you go first.
Okay. I'm funny enough, I made a video about this a couple days ago. A lot of times black women especially will think submission, you think it's like you're a slave, but really submission, to me at least, and to what I think a lot of black men mean, is you trust him enough to lead. So when you trust him enough to lead you in a relationship, you trust him enough to lead you in life, then you kind of take the back seat and allow him to lead. And a masculine energy man wants to lead, he wants to provide, and he wants to guide you in a proper way. So it's not saying, oh, yes, sir, no, sir. And, just he said jump, you say how high, and you're just following his every little things. That if he leads you off a building, then you go. It's not like that. It's just you trust that this man is on his purpose. He's ambitious enough to lead you on a path where he sees himself.
Absolutely. And I actually touched on this in my book. Submission is not the enemy, a key factor to a healthy relationship. I'm gonna list it down in the description box below. I don't think I did it tonight, but I will go back and list it down in the description box below. But we talk about that. Let me read a little bit, just a little bit, you guys. 698 of us. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, you guys. I'm going to read this whole thing is a whole word. Okay. The first page, it says, if you are a woman reading this book, you more than likely view submission as this outdated, degrading, unnecessary, belittling term and practice that needs to be done away with forever. You most likely feel as though any woman that is in alliance with being submissive to her man or husband is either insecure, desperate for love, or completely unaware of her value. In your mind, only a woman that does not respect herself or notice her power as a woman would ever submit to her man in any capacity. You view submission or submissive women as weak and inferior that need to get a grip on reality, because after all, no man is worth submitting to, not even your husband. And Chantelle just spoke on that. We get with these boyfriends. We get with these men. He need to love. He need to love you more. And he's supposed to treat you like the prize. Well, I'm here to tell you, women that possess that mentality, that you are absolutely wrong. And that's probably the reason why your relationships up to this point are either failing or you have failed miserably. You don't realize that submissive women are not only the women that are being sought after by high caliber men, but that submissive women understand the power in being submissive. Submission is powerful. It's a key component to a healthy relationship. It gives structure and balance to our unions by stripping away the power struggle and giving each other the opportunity to take direction and give direction respectively or respectfully and effectively. The problem is that many of us have the wrong idea of what submission is supposed to be in regards to a relationship, or we practice submission entirely wrong. Submission, and this is what Damari asks, submission is not intended to be this competitive dictator type of dynamic, but rather a beautiful and harmonic dance between a couple in a strong, loving, healthy, beautiful union. A woman being submissive to her man shows that she understands his needs. She loves him, and most importantly, trusts him to lead, teach, and guide her in the right direction. The issue comes into place when this dance that's supposed to be harmonic and beautiful turns into a battle of the sexes, where one wants to be the controller and rule over the other party. When this becomes the objective, the relationship is not healthy and is not displaying what submission is supposed to embody. Submission should not feel nor be forceful or degrading. It should feel and be effortless, harmonic, and complementary. Hold on. I got a little bit more to go, y'all. 710 of us. Okay. Submission in regards to a relationship should reflect a man and a woman being able to take the lead and follow when need be, while respecting each other's roles and positions in the relationship. That's what submission is. And we go into more detail in this book. Again, you can order this down in the description box below. I will link it down. It goes way more into detail, but I have to just skim through a little bit and hit on that because that's very important. And a lot of us don't understand what submission is supposed to embody and what's supposed to be about.
I'm sorry, you went out. But yeah, I mean, perfect point. And I did not know what submission was either. And I was like one of those Black women who think, oh, submit to your husband. No, you know, it's like slavery. You know, I need to stand my own. I need to have my own voice. But if you are marrying somebody that you want to protect you, you know, or biggest complaint as Black women is that Black men don't protect us. In order to get protection, you're going to have to learn how to submit. And that's just the disconnect that we have in the Black community.
Absolutely. And I love that you said that as well. We want to be these strong, powerful, I don't need you type of individuals. But then we want protection. But then we get upset when people view us as though we are powerful and we're independent and we don't need protection. Look how we act. Men don't want that. A lot of you women are single because men don't want that type of behavior. They don't like that independent, I don't need you energy that a lot of us possess. You know, and like Chantelle just said, like, it's all about, well, it's all about me. But then, you know, when it comes to somebody rescuing you, when you are down and out, you get mad. Well, you said it's all about you and you got it by yourself, right? You said that you were so strong and powerful, right? So why do I need to come through and protect you and save you and provide for you? You got your degrees, right? You got your job, right? You got your career, right? You make your own money. You a boss bitch, right? So you don't need me in my protection. You don't need me in my providing. You know, you don't need all of that, right? But then we get upset when men treat us that way, when men view us that way. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that, Chantelle?
100% right. You know, there's life and death in the power of the tongue. There's word in our tongue. If you walk around every minute beating the drum, oh, I don't need a man for anything I got, and you don't even have to be saying it, but the energy that you're putting on, that subconscious energy that you put out there where you're saying like, I got this on my own, I don't need a man, having your backup plan. And that's something I was raised on, you know, never let a man know how much you make, always have a little money tucked away. It's like you're entering the relationship expecting for it to be used, you're expecting a man to step out on you, and no man wants to feel like that, to feel optional. Nobody, no human wants to feel optional in a relationship. And black women, we just have a habit of treating men like, oh, you're a want, not a need. And as I said, you get to a certain point in life where you're gonna look beside you when you on your deathbed, and you're gonna be hoping that, you know, you're gonna be wishing that somebody was there, but you didn't know how to treat these men with respect. And nobody's gonna kiss your ass just
Right.
because you're a black woman. And the thing that they always say is, oh, black women go through so much, black women are at the bottom. But what about black men? Black men go through so much too. It's
Right.
just that one-sidedness.
Yes. And I also like that you said that as well. Hold on. Let me see if I'll mute you. Hello? So the thing is I have to mute you, I guess.
Okay.
So I'll mute you and I'll bring you back. So I love that you said that, because a lot of us, we are groomed. You know, a lot of women growing up are groomed to behave as if the man is just a want. You know, we don't need him. We are groomed to view a man in the relationship as a come up, as a bag. You know what I mean? It's never about how do you please him? How do you keep him? How do you satisfy him? You know, how do you keep him around? And all of this, it's all about how you can use him, how you can manipulate him, how you can deceive him. You know, like you said, you're taught to stash your money away. You know, don't let him know how much money you make. My husband knows how much money I make. As a matter of fact, you know, I give a lot of it to him, and I let him, you know, handle, you know what I mean? You know, but it's not required, but that's just how I'm set up. You know, I'm just set up to have the man take care of certain things. But you know what I mean? But a lot of us we're groomed to be deceptive, you know, and that's what's going on in a lot of our households. Thank you again, Lord Commander. We don't protect what isn't ours. Ooh. I'm gonna unmute you in a second, Chantelle. I want to get through these comments, and I'm gonna bring you on so you can have a little bit more to say. Thank you, Damari. Do you think that there is such a thing as hyperfeminism? If so, what's the difference between that and traditional feminism? I'm gonna actually bring on Chantelle to see what she has to say about that, to help clarify what she thinks.
I mean, I think feminism and feminism, like, I'm not familiar with the term hyperfeminism. I learned today though that feminism was created in some extent to give women a voice, give women an option. For years, we were, told like, okay, with our bodies, with voting and stuff, it was or the men. But I think we took it, especially Black women, we took feminism and run with it. With that whole mindset, we can do it on our own. I don't think feminism was created for Black women because we always had to go out and work. We always had to,
It wasn't.
but we definitely took it and run with it. But I mean, in some sense, because not all feminism was bad, because it did give us a voice in voting, in our bodies, our choices. But as I said, I think we saw this thing and we just run with it. And the media, and I mean, not bringing race and division in it, but I think they really did a lot to keep. There's money in keeping black people apart. There's money in keeping Black men and women divided, and
Absolutely.
it was intentionally done to jeopardize. But it's our responsibility now to open our eyes and listen to what these men want, and for also men to listen to what women want too. It's not just one-sided. If we want change in our community, I'm not doing this to bash Black women and say all the responsibilities on Black women, but For so long, Black women just disrespected Black men by simply saying, oh, we don't need them. That's no other race does that. Every other race knows the importance of their men. um so it's not to bash them or anything, but it's just to bring awareness.
Right. And I do feel like that's important. As far as hyper feminism, I've never heard of the term myself, but I can say that it does exist because a lot of women these days, they are really like overdoing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like how you said, we understand what it was supposed to be about. We understand, the context that it was supposed to be in, as far as us, being more free or liberated, or, feeling, what I mean, having our power, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But it ended up being something that is counterproductive. And like you said, I don't think it was. As a matter of fact, it was not intended for Black women. We didn't have the same struggles. You know what I mean? We were in households where our men were there, and we knew, our roles. We knew our positions. Our men didn't disrespect us and stuff like that. That came, after all of this, the systematic BS that they put in place, and they just, what they did was they made us a part of their movement, and it stripped us away from being in unison with our home, within our homes, with our men, and it made us turn against our men. We didn't have a damn problem with our men. You know what I mean? So absolutely. Thank you, Casey Moto. What are the Queen's thoughts on polygamy? Chantelle?
I personally cannot share my man. I am so sorry. I cannot share my man. But I always say, do you for you. If you're in that relationship and you talk, and you find people who are okay with it, but don't try to force it on someone who is not okay with it. But I mean, if it works for you, who am I to tell you no? But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I respect it. I have people that I know personally that, are in those kind of dynamics, and it works for them. Not something that I would want to do. And my husband, he let me know, like, I'm not that type of man to be dealing with different personalities, different women, and I just can't do it. So I'm grateful that he's like that, okay? Because otherwise I would not be with him. But yeah, I'm not for it. I respect it. I don't see a problem with it if it works. I do. What I respect about it, let me say what I respect about it. What I respect about it is the family structure. I like that everybody works together to raise the children, to keep everything in alignment. I think that's beautiful. The women work together and they collaborate effectively. The men are out there providing for their family. That, I think that is beautiful. Is it something that I would want to be a part of? No. But am I against it? Absolutely not. Thank you, Baller J, for your donation. He says, ladies, try this for a month. Let a guy date you. Be really nice to him. Tell him you appreciate what he does for you. Treat him really good and watch how he acts. I guarantee he will keep treating you well if you do. Ooh. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what men want, and why so many women are single.
Absolutely right. And a man, when he feels appreciated, I mentioned earlier, when he feels needed, it's such an amazing feeling, I can imagine, for him. But entering there acting entitled, acting as though this one young lady said on her page, don't praise a fish for swimming. So basically saying, if a man opens the door for you, that's what he's supposed to do. We can't be that entitled. At the end of the day, men are human too. And I think that's a misunderstanding. Yeah, she's like, oh, if he's supposed to take you out, he's supposed to pay, he's supposed to, like, it's just so entitled. Just so entitled. But showing appreciation, and going back to us thinking that we are the prize, so we don't have to show appreciation, because why would I show appreciation? I'm the prize. So Black women really need to get out of that mindset. And it works. The gentleman just say, the more you show appreciation, the more he does, the more he's gonna do for you. But it's just I think it comes back down to respect, though. We just lack that respect for men, for Black men.
Yeah. And you know what, Chantelle, that just pissed me off a little bit. because it goes back to that double standard thing that we have going on. That happens a lot. You're not lying about that statement. 742, y'all like the video. You're not lying about that statement. It's a lot of women out there that feel like I'm not going to respect a man. I'm not going to pat a man on the back. I'm not going to show appreciation and gratitude for a man and cheer him on and, and congratulate him for doing what he's supposed to do. But then we're the same ones turning around talking about I'm independent. I got my own car. I got my own house. I raise my kids. You're supposed to, sis. I make my own money. You're supposed to, sis. I take care of myself. You're supposed to, sis. See, we want all the accolades. We want all the props, standing ovations. When we're doing basic things that women are supposed to do, and guess what else you're supposed to do? Be fit, take care of yourself. But let you lose a few pounds. You want some congratulations for that. What if a man said, well, bitch, I ain't congratulating you for getting healthy. You're supposed to be healthy.
Exactly. Exactly. It's that one-sided thinking that we place out there, we put on man. Everybody is responsible for their own life. Everybody is supposed to be on the journey, the path of becoming the best version of themselves. So it's just that entitlement spirit from Black women. It's just unacceptable. We need to start, but we don't. The thing is, in general, not all, in general, we don't even realize it. We don't notice it because as again, we've been programmed for so long to think that we're the prize. We don't even notice it.
Yeah, and we do that a lot. Absolutely, we do that a lot. It's a bunch of the entitlement. It's a bunch of just the false praise. Like, we want praise for doing things that should come naturally. We want praise for doing things that are bare minimum, But when it comes to men actually providing and protecting, teaching, leading, working, it's like, nah. And it's not to say that, a man should just be sat around and just adorned and, you fall to his knees and you just praise him all day, every day. But my thing is showing appreciation, showing gratitude. What is wrong with that? Especially because we do live in a day and age where, not a lot of men are out here doing that. Yeah, we get it. A man is supposed to provide. A man is supposed to lead. A man is supposed to protect. A man is supposed to be on his grind, putting in work. But because a lot of men are not doing that, and you have that type of man, praise him, celebrate him, show him that what he's doing, what he's contributing is needed, it's wanted, and you appreciate that because, like you said, it's going to make that man want to do more for you. And we again touched on that in my book as well. Submission is not the enemy, ladies. And that is something that men want. A lot of us are also single because we're not submissive. Chantelle, we're not submissive. We're submissive to everybody but our men. Talk about it.
And you said it earlier. You said that, we want, like, don't give wifey duties to a boyfriend, but we want husband duty from him. It's like that's so true. We expect the man to go above and beyond for us. We expect so much from these men, but we want to give bare minimum. And when we do give the bare minimum, we want a trophy for it. We want appreciation. We want all these things. We want flowers and all these things for showing bare minimum.
Absolutely. It's a lot of just doing just enough, just enough to get by, we don't have to do anything much, you just lucky I'm here and I'm giving you some of this pussy when I feel like it. Like, that's all that we feel like is the greatest contribution, as if it's not billions of other women out here that have vaginas and, come on. But that's what we feel. We have that sense of entitlement like that, and we don't want to do what it takes to become these wives that we want to be. You know, a lot of us desire to be married, but we're not acting as wives. You know, we're not catering to our men. We're not listening to them. We're not trying to understand them. You know, I feel like a lot of men are misunderstood. You know, I feel like that is the thing. But again, that comes into place because we're not trying to listen and really get to the root causes of, you know, why do you want this from me? Why do you need this from me? We don't care. You said that earlier. You said we don't even ask. We don't even care to ask. You know, and our relationships are suffering for because of that. You know, and we'll never get into these relationships until we understand what it actually takes to make these type of relationships thrive and survive. It's not lopsided. It's not one-sided. You're going to have to appreciate and reciprocate. That's what men want. And I do that with my husband. I've been with my husband for 8 years, you know, coming up, you know what I mean? And so I understand that, you know, if I fall off, if I stop being submissive, if I stop listening, if I stop being in shape, if I stop cooking and cleaning, if I stop giving sex, if I, you know, and just make it all about me and my wants, you know what I mean, and have no contribution, I understand that could cause a divorce. I understand that could cause my man to stray or leave or no longer desire me. You know, it takes constant work. It's not something that you just, you know, get into and think that it's just going to work because you have a vagina, or it's just going to work because you look a particular way. You know, you can even be the most beautiful woman on the planet, but you're still going to have to put in work. You know, a lot of y'all be like, well, nigga, you baby, you look good, girl. Yeah. And even with me looking good, girl, I have to put in work. You know, this just doesn't come free. You know, I don't have a provider, protector, leader type of man, teacher type of man just by default because I look good. It's plenty of beautiful women out here that are single AF because they don't care what men want. They don't listen to what men want. They don't try to be what men want.
Exactly. And as I said earlier, you know, we put our best foot forward when we're applying for school. We put our best foot forward when we're applying for a job. But when it comes to our mate, when it comes to finding our life partner, the person who's who you want to protect and provide, you don't care. Like, you just think that, oh, I don't have to do any work. I don't have to do any self-reflection, self-awareness work. He'll just come.
Right.
And then he'll just take me as I am.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got so many people in the building. Y'all better like this video, y'all. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. I saw we had like 760 of us. Who's this, Wendell? Did I read this already? Hold on, let me mute this. He says, do women understand the power men gain from a cooperative and submissive woman? Yes, Wendell. Yes. Ladies, when we are in our feminine, when we are cooperative, when we listen, when we try to gain an understanding, when we cater, that speaks to something deeper within a man that brings out the best in him, that makes him want to strive. The problem is a lot of us spend so much time beating men down and telling them and reminding them of what they don't do right, to the point where they feel like it's no use. It's nothing that I can do, because no matter what I do, it's going to be overshadowed by what I don't do, by where I fall short. And that is where I feel like a lot of men can start to feel defeated and depleted, because all they do is get bashed by women every day, all day, you know. But if they had women to actually care, what do you want from me? What do you need from me? Show appreciation, show gratitude, celebrate him. You know, don't be combative, don't be confrontational. Don't tell a man or treat a man as if he's not needed and you can discard of him. Don't do that. Once you tap into that feminine energy, that submissive energy, that catering, that nurturing energy, you'll get a whole new side of that man. You're going to bring forth a whole new side of that man that makes him want to do more of those things for you, because he loves the fact that you are pouring into him. You are celebrating him. He knows that when he does this, he gets celebrated. Let me do even more of this because I want to be celebrated more. But that's not happening. The men are doing what they need to do. And what you guys are doing is saying, well, it's not good enough, or you're supposed to do that anyway. So it's like, well, damn, you're supposed to do this anyway. But you want me to celebrate this, and you want me to take care of you and fly you out and provide and protect. And that's where that double standard comes in.
And a lot of times we think being combative is cute. The media, label, you'll see those memes where it's like, be his peace. And then, she's all up in her face. We think that, arguing with a man or, debating or being combative is cute, but it's really not. You, as a woman, as a feminine woman, your role is to remove the stress away from your man. He goes out and he has to deal with so much on the outside world, especially a Black man, have to deal with so much against him in the world. And then he comes home and his woman is against him too. She's nagging at every little thing. Like, look at it from his perspective.
Now, I'm going to throw these curveballs out here before we get up off of here, Chantelle. Let me tell these women what men want. Ladies, men want submission. Men want understanding. Men want women that are in shape. You don't have to be a size 0, but damn, can you be in shape? Can you be healthy? Can you take care of yourself? Okay. Men want good sex. Men don't want to have to beg for his women to do what she's supposed to be doing, which is busting it open from time to time. Like, Chantelle, why is it that, and I hear this a lot because a lot of men email me, why is it that women don't understand that men want, along with submission and being cooperative, being feminine, being nurturing, all of that, they also want sex. And a lot of women, they hold sex over their men's heads, and they make it seem like, this is something that's a luxury. You don't get this unless you do X, Y, and Z for me. You don't get this unless I want to. You don't get this. You know what I mean? They hold it over their men's head. That is a problem. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, stop doing that. Stop doing that ish. I have never held sex over my husband's head. I've never withheld sex from my husband ever. And Chantelle, I had a lot of women attack me because I said that, hey, I don't understand women, not giving. I said, my husband has never had to beg for sex from me. My man gets sex when he wants it, when he needs. And women were like, oh, that's such a rapey type of statement. That's some, they were saying I basically get, raped by my husband. I'm just like, no, it's just the fact that, when my husband is in the mood, that turns me on. I'm in the mood. And I understand my husband has sexual desires and sexual needs, and I'm not going to hold it over his head. I'm not going to deprive him of that. And women, they get so in an uproar over that. And it's like, sis, do y'all understand that a lot of y'all men, and this is why we get called a pick me, Chantelle, a lot of y'all men are straying away. A lot of y'all men are buying prostitutes. A lot of y'all men are in the strip clubs. A lot of y'all men are cheating. Oh shit, Chantelle, I'm about to get in trouble. Oh Lord, I'm about to get crucified. A lot of you guys men are straying away from you because you are not giving them that sexual, you're not fulfilling that sexual desire that they have. And it's not to be a slave to your man and make it seem like you're just his little sex toy, But you have to understand your man has desires. You know what I mean? And so you have to cater to those things. I'm not saying to, have threesomes and invite people into your bedroom, but damn it, your man can't get a little hit every now and then. Your man, you can't bust it open on a Tuesday, on a Monday. You gotta schedule it. He can't. You too tired. I can't relate to that. I can't relate to these women saying, I'm too tired. I don't feel like it. I'm not doing that. And these women, I've heard them, Chantelle, they're like, I don't do it like that. And men come to me as well. They're like, I don't remember the last time I had sex with my wife. This is a wife. I don't remember the last time. How do you feel about
it's so sad. I mean, I'm not married, so I can't really relate on a level of like a husband level. But looking in on it, it's like if you are withholding sex from your husband and this man wants sex, men are sexual creatures, they desire sex. You're withholding sex from him. What the hell you expect this man to go do? And then when he step out on you, when he cheats on you, you don't like that. So like it makes no sense. And that's why I said, like, we just, as women, we just don't realize, we don't take a step back and look at things from a men's point of view. And it comes back down, and I know I keep on saying it comes back down to us thinking we're the prize in a relationship and anything, only our desires matter. Because even if you're not in the mood, like turn aside and do that lazy pose. But if your man desires, why would you withhold it from him as a punishment? Like, I just, like, that to me makes absolutely no sense.
Yes. And you know what, Chantelle, I've also had women say, well, Danica, you don't have children yet. And, do you work? And, it's hard when you have kids, and it's hard when you have to go clock in, and it's hard when you got to do X, Y, and Z. Like, it's easy for you to say. I call BS on that, you guys. That is just pure laziness. I don't give a damn. It should never be an instance to where your husband does not remember the last time you had sex with him. That's an excuse. And the thing is, we make time for what's important. We make time for things that we actually feel are, things that we need to do. Sex is one of those things, ladies. I don't care how many kids you have. I don't care how many hours you work. Hell, plan it out then. I mean, it should be do it at least once a week. It should never be I'm too tired all the time. No, you make plans. You do what you need. That's your wifely duty. And when you talk like this, Chantelle, it's like, oh, she's a real pick-me. Oh my God, this girl isn't, she's from another world. This is a new day and age. No. This is why you guys are single AF. This is why your relationships are failing. This is why your men behave and treat you the way that you do. Now, don't get me wrong. There are men out here who just cheat and lie and, all of that. And you can be the perfect woman, right? Yes, that happens. But what I see a lot of the times is us just not holding up our end of the bargain. And then from the, after a while, it's like, what am I doing? I'm not getting sex from you. I'm not getting cooperation from you. I'm not getting submission from you. You're not listening to me. You're not trying to understand me and what I want, what I need. The next woman is. And so they get mad when you talk like that, but it's the truth. Like you're supposed to make time. Just like you make time to go to bars with your homegirls every Tuesday for $2 Tuesday. Just like you make time to, do all of these extra activities that you like to do. Why not make time to have sex with your husband? Like, that should not be a chore. That should not be a chore. And if sex is a chore with your husband, y'all got deeper issues at hand. Something ain't right. I've never felt like sex was a chore with my husband. Ever. If my husband wants it, he gets it because I want it when he wants it. Like you know what I mean? I don't know, Chantelle. I don't know. I can't relate to a lot of these women. And I don't care if you got kids or not, because I've spoken to women that have kids, that work 9 to 5, and their sex life is healthy and great. So that's an excuse. Y'all make time for what y'all want.
Mm-hmm. And like to refer to this whole pick me name calling, why wouldn't you want to be a pick me if you want a man? Like, if you maybe that might be the reason why you're single. If what you call a pick me is somebody who wants to please a man and who wants to make sure that her man is loved, why would you not want to be a pick me? I'm a proud pick me. Like, they think they're insulting me when they call me pick me, but that just means that I am on the right path to find my man.
Yes. And I don't want to keep you on all night. I saw we had 800 and something of us in the building. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're getting ready to wrap this up. Again, we have the lovely Chantelle Simone joining us tonight for our dope discussion. 820 of us. Thank you, guys. And we're talking about, why most women are single. And a lot of women are single because they're not caring about what men want. They're not listening to what men want. And that's a big problem. It's very selfish. A lot of our relationships, they're one-sided, they're lopsided in that way. And we're not taking heed to what our roles are in our relationships. It's all about the man catering and figuring out what it is that we want and what we need and what we desire. And you have to understand your man desires sex, and it's not rapey because you're giving your man sex. You're giving your man, your husband. Are you serious? And like I said, if that's a chore, it's a deeper issue at hand. It should never feel like a chore when you're with somebody that you love. You know what I mean? When you're with somebody that, makes you feel sexy or makes you feel good. Like, I cannot relate to that at all. And I don't care how many kids you have, how many hours you work. Hell, I used to work 12 hours a day and have a damn hour drive home. And like one of the queens said, even if I don't feel like busting it open, I got some tonsils. You know what I mean? Like, when it's a will, it's a way.
I was saying, if you care about your man, you're going to want to please him. So, like, as you said, there's something deeper. If you're just saying, oh, the kids or anything like that, there's something deeper, and you have to really start asking questions and just start being honest. But why would you not want to? Like, and I said, like, that lazy pose. We all have that one lazy pose that we go to. Like, if your man wants sex, just give it to him. Give it to him.
Yes. And these are the things that men want, ladies. And again, we have our things that we want from men as well. Well, if he tell you, well, I'm too tired to pay the bills. I'm too tired to go to work. I didn't have to put oil in your car and change your tires. I'm too tired. It would be a problem then, wouldn't it? Thank you, Lorenzo, for your donation. I can't pull you up on the screen, but it says submission is key. As didn't I fight for society in the military to come home and keep fighting society, let alone share someone or myself via polygamy with people whom have children, and I don't. That's very illogical. Oh, well, damn. Thank you, Asphalt. Says, sounds like my ex. I'll tell her I want oral, and she'll tell me her mouth isn't made for that, but yet expects it from me. The hypocrisy. But that's what's happening. A lot of double standards, Can you hear me, Chantelle?
We can't hear you. I think you muted your mic. Muted your mic.
My mic is not muted.
Can't hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah. I think you muted your mic.
No, it was open. But yeah, sorry you guys. I don't know what's going on with my computer today. But yeah, that's what's happening out here. It's just a lot of hypocrisy, a lot of double standards. Like the king said, she wants me to give her oral, but then when it comes to, me getting it, it's like, well, my mouth not made for that. Girl, let's do better. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, Chantelle. I appreciate you for joining us. Go ahead and
Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate the content, and I just hope to inspire. I mean, I know we're going to get a lot of backlash from this content, but at least we put information out there. If you want to reject it, at least you heard it. So you can't say you didn't hear it for the Black women who are going to reject it.
Right. Right. And like I said, it's for the greater good, you know. We're not here to make you feel bad or put you down. We're here to bring things to your attention so that you can do better, you know, and so you can get in these relationships that you want and they actually work, you know, but they're not going to work as long as you're going to be out here being entitled, feeling entitled, treating men like you don't want them, not caring about what men want and desire. And so I really do appreciate you, Queen, for bringing this topic to my attention and coming on to talk about it, because it does need to be addressed. And more women such as ourselves need to voice these things and speak up about it. Thank you, T-Man. He says, hello, ladies. I have a homework for those types of females. They say what we supposed to do, how to, etc. in a relationship, or what we need to bring. Now their homework is flipped that. Assignment to be turned in next Friday. They need to turn this in today. But again, thank you guys so much. And again, thank you to Renzo for your donation. I'm sorry I went out. But we're getting ready to wrap this up, you guys. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and come on back. We have dope discussions each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at around 7:30, 8 o'clock p.m. Central. And we talk about relationships. And today we had a lovely guest. And I was actually introduced to her through Bobby. So shout out to Bobby Wright for hooking us up. And I checked her out. I loved her content. And I'm so very grateful that she came on and joined us despite our little, you know, technical difficulties. We got through it. And thank you guys so much for your contributions, your donations, your subscriptions, your cash apps, your likes, your dislikes, your memberships, your comments, your time, your energy. We really do appreciate that. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, you guys. I love you. I respect you. And we're going to go back live again on, what's today, you guys? Today is Wednesday. We're going to go live again on Friday. And we may have another special guest. I'm not sure yet. We're going to hook it up. But make sure you guys hit the notification bell because you don't want to miss it, all right? I love you. And you know what, Chantelle? We're going to definitely have to have you back, Queen.
Thank you. Thank you, of course.
Yeah, and we're going to have more dope discussions. But we're going to wrap this up. Again, my name is Danica Marie. If you're new, I saw we had a lot of new subscribers. So if you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy our content. Binge watch. A lot of new people been binge watching our content. We appreciate all of that. And our videos from last week. If you're looking for our videos from last week, they are now for members only. Okay. So I'm trying to make my platform have some things, reserved just for, the people that actually contribute to our platform. So become a channel member. You get to watch all of our dope discussions from last week. And I'm going to actually put more of them for members only as well. So, thank you guys so much for being channel members. That really does mean a lot. But we got to go, you guys. I got to get in this kitchen and cook. My husband been at home. He like, girl, you're not being submissive right now. You okay? So get in this kitchen. So I'm getting ready to get in this kitchen, you guys. I love you. Thank you guys so much. Danica Marie and Miss Chantelle. And we're out. Peace.